everybody, I'm Christy, and I'm going to show you how to make felt samples or different kinds of samples. So I'm going to do this because this is the easiest setup for me since I'm not in my own home. I'm actually staying with some family while my husband is away for work. And so this is I'm getting ready to make a lot of samples. So this is kind of my setup. I have this is a Wilton chocolate warmer. I absolutely love this. It's all the way on right now. You can put it on warm or melt. I have it on melt. As you can see, my wax is melting. But I love this one in particular. They sell one that's cheaper. It is, and you don't have to use this. I'm going to show you other things that you can use to make samples with. But the one that is cheaper is a silicone. This is actually silicone instead of the tin. Let me tell you why I prefer this for the extra $5–10. I think it's $10 extra. When I warmed or made samples with guava honey, that thing, like, oh my goodness gracious, it completely, I couldn't get the scent out. I couldn't get it out of my house. I literally had to get rid of all my samples, everything, just to not smell it anymore. And for me personally, the honey was so strong for me, and I don't like honey, that it was just difficult. So I washed it and washed it and washed it. And with silicone, it absorbs more. So it'll sometimes absorb the color, the scent, stuff like that. I've heard from other consultants. I personally have not had that experience because I didn't purchase that one. But that is why I went and bought this one. I think it's like $30 on Amazon. Best thing I've ever done, just because for me personally, my setting right now, it's so easy. I'm literally in a restroom right now on the sink. But yes, so that's why I personally prefer to do that. So I'm going to show you different ways to do samples. So one of the ways that you can do samples is molds. So these I got from the Scentsy store. So as you can see, this is what they are. And this is a silicone mold. I can still smell that guava honey in it. So it comes with a set of 2 if you can find them. They're usually always sold out. But I absolutely love these. I use these a lot. And it gives me, I usually do the warmer and not the star, just because the star sometimes breaks on me because I don't make them the full size. I make them about that thick. I don't try to give them huge samples, but I do want them to get a good size sample. So that's basically what I do. There are different molds. I have snowflake molds. These are just like candy warmer molds. Some that are really popular are these little stars. They are absolutely perfect. I think it comes in a set of 2 when you get them, and it's like $1.99, and they make these really cute little samples. So when I first started out a year ago, all of my samples looked like this. This was my go-to that I used. So with that being said, so let me show you felt samples. This is Spring Symphony, and this was cut with a Cricut. There is a lady on Etsy that sells the stiff felt, and she cuts it in a star shape. The Scentsy star, actually. So you can order them from her, or if you have a Cricut, you can actually design and cut yourself. So it's stiff, and you're able to cut it basically into a shape or design. Right now, what I've been doing, since I'm like mass producing and I'm not using, I'm cutting them myself, I'm just buying regular felt, regular felt. And I'm cutting it into strips. As you can see, they're just like little strips. So I obviously did not care, because when I give one sample to somebody, they're not going to see that the other sample was different. So I just kind of cut in strips. This I think was like one of the first times. Was it one of the first times? I think since I was here, I started just cutting them just to cut them quick. I do keep just strips already cut just to have on hand. You can cut shapes. At some point I did like these little round ones. This is also with regular felt. And with this, all I did was I don't know if you can see the red ink on there, but I just kind of used a template and I just drew around and then I just cut it out myself. It was kind of time consuming, but it worked for what I wanted it. So that was really neat. They sell these. And the one that I specifically bought, it did not have a lot of room for me to stick the felt in there to cut. But if you get a different brand, they actually, I have seen people that do it like that. And this is like just a circle, or you can get whatever kind of shape, a star, and you stick the stiff felt in there and then you punch it and it cuts it out for you. So that's something that you can do if you do not have a Cricut and you want to do like fun shapes. So basically I'm going to show you, what I do with felt samples. So my wax, yes, it's all melted. I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to throw it in there and it's going to just soak up the wax. And I usually just like leave it sitting in there like flat like that, and then I pick it out. Sorry, I can't see. And then I pick it out with some old tweezers, and I usually dab it on the side so I don't have any drippings. And then what I have here, this is actually like parch paper, like wax paper, and I just lay it down, and it's just gonna sit there and dry. And you can throw in a few at a time if you want, and then just let them soak in, and then just pull each one out. And that's basically what I do for my felt samples. So it's super, super duper easy. You just kind of do that, and it absorbs the wax. And I just lay them out and do that. So when I am done and my samples are dry, sorry, I'm like all over the place. I have these baggies and I stick them in there. So this is what I end up with. And then what I do is I print out my own stuff. So these are like the business card, and I just kind of make my own stuff. And then I have one of these. This is like cheap cardstock. I think I get it for $4.99. I use a coupon, so I end up getting a whole pack for like $2. This is the cheapest like paper cutter that they sell, and I just use that and it works. And I just cut them down myself, and I end up with like these little cards. So these samples here are for coconut flour. I just literally fold it in half. It has the information, coconut flour, picture, description of the scent. It has my information on the back. And then I just attach it and I staple it. And I usually try to do the staple in the back. And voila, my sample's ready to go. They're flat, so they're easy to mail. They don't melt. Well, they do melt. I'm sorry. They do melt, but because it's felt, it absorbs into the wax. And the awesome thing about this is that you can stick it in your warmer and it'll still give out the scent. And then because it's felt, it doesn't dry, it doesn't do anything. So when you're done, you can turn it off. It'll kind of absorb and stick to the felt sample, and then you can toss it. So I love felt samples. I definitely do a lot of these for mailing. They're great. So that's how you do them. This was a really long video, as I'm seeing now. So I tried to kind of squeeze all of the information in there really quick. As you can tell, I'm kind of talking fast. But those are the different kinds of samples that there are. And that's how you do felt samples. So it's very, very easy. So I hope this video helped you, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching my video.